You've been involved in a motorcycle accident. I'm the biker on your side. I'm Fran Hush, your attorney that rides. Motorcycle accidents get my experience, personal attention, and there are no fees, no costs, unless you win. I've dedicated my career to helping accident victims and their loved ones. Your rights are my fight, and I'll never settle for less than you deserve. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, please call me, 866-LAW-FRAN, or log on to lawfran.com.
Seattle Engraving Center, the masters of gun customization, featuring incredible detailed engraving, 24-karat gold plating, diamonds, gems, murals, amazing gold accents, first-class quality, 100% satisfaction. More bang for your buck from their showroom. Raise money for your charity with a one-of-a-kind prize. Seattle Engraving. You dream it, they will create it.
Bikers Info USA, the first bikers app by bikers, for bikers, and it's free. National and state events, Sturgis and Daytona, Bikers Info USA. Every motorcycle manufacturer dealer listed. Biker products for you and your bike. Bikers Info USA. Find the places to go, places to party, places to stay at every event. Bikers Info USA. Download it now. It's free. Bikers Info USA.
Wildwood Antique Malls, 3 amazing locations to find your treasures in Florida. Vero Beach, Eustis, Wildwood. More than just antiques. Tons of rare collectibles, toys, books, vintage furniture, records, jewelry, and so much more. Open 7 days a week. Great staff, clean, and air conditioned for your shopping pleasure for the whole family. So put it on your bucket list because it's a must-see for these 3 locations. For more information, wildwoodantiquemalls.com.
Hey, 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 it's the John and Heather Show coming to you. That's right, you, and hey, you right over there. I see you hanging out back there, over there at that couch. I see you hanging out over there, live from
our production studio, riding with this fine bunch back here, born to ride. And since it's Tuesday, baby, tell them about it.
Oh, I will, honey. I will. You know, I will preach it like it all over the place, baby.
Girlfriend.
I will testify. It is, honey, because we will always be, and we have always been, because we were born to ride.
Well, how's
right,
everybody?
baby.
How's everybody doing out there? It's a fine Tuesday. It was a beautiful day today. Actually, we were able to get out on a Harley with little Dixon, the Harley dog here. She got a little puppy haircut today. Doesn't she look cute?
She is magnificent, isn't
A little
she?
puppy haircut. You can actually see her little feetsies now, man.
And you can see her beautiful little face.
Yeah, because she had so much fur, you couldn't even see her paws. They're just little. You couldn't even. And the little nails, like. Well, we got those cut too because I can't find them on her. She's too little. And we saw another little Yorkie. She weighs 6 pounds. All right. We saw another
little Yorkie that was teeny, but anyways, we got so much to go on and talk about, baby. We'll tell them all about the Yorkie a little bit later because I wanted to tell them all about our guest. It was so exciting.
Yes.
Because guess what I got?
Okay, you should go ahead and show it.
Guess what I got?
Go ahead and show it.
I got right
Dutch
here.
Van Alstin's book, and it'll be here. It's Demons Rising. It's a very good read. The book's about MCs and MC life, and we even have him on here, our show, and he's going to be able to explain
a little bit later for you.
A little later, the book, the series, and his new book that's going to be coming out. And one of the fictional characters is actually based on a friend of ours who will be chiming in too.
Yes, we got so much stuff to tell you. Oh my God, it is amazing. But I have got to tell you, this is the beginning of the series.
Yes.
This is an amazing read. And this, my friend, is amazing. First of all, Dutch is a friend, and he is an amazing author. He's an amazing person. First of all, just amazing. But great read, fast paced, gets you going right away. Because those books that you read that go and you gotta read, and you're like,
this is more of the biker lifestyle, written by a man that knows what he's talking about. So the book is going to come across as a real read. That's exactly what you want, especially being a biker that likes to read books about bikers. We don't like BS in the books, like Sons of Anarchy crap. No, we like to have the real deal, and even if it's a fictional book.
I mean, I like Sons of Anarchy, but
I do. But come on, you can't kill 50 people in one season and still get away with it.
No, you cannot do that.
No, you can't.
But this is some good stuff, let me tell you. And Dutch knows what he's talking about. He really does. Great fictional stuff here, just fantastic. And then he based in book 4, one of the characters.
Our friend Deborah.
Dancer is our character, Deborah. And she is a ball buster, if I must say. Deborah, as we know, and we'll tell you a little bit about her right now. She's a ball buster. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Well,
the rest, they have to wait until we bring them on. That's right, but you got to wait till we bring them on later because we got more to tell you now. Okay. So we're going to go on and we're going to show them some of the videos that we got and other things that we've got and stuff like that. All about the High Seas Rally.
Man, what we got? 54 more days before we go.
Yeah, we got all that coming up.
I can't wait. And thank you again, Born to Ride. Props to Ron Galletti for setting this up and being able to
choosing us and putting putting forth and making sure that we're the ones to go and bring forth those fantastic photos for everybody to see what the High Seas Rally is all about.
Promised me I could actually have a little bit of downtime. Imagine that.
He had to say that on live TV. Hey, so you heard me. I'm silent for a second because
everybody knows. You gotta give me some time off.
Maybe about that much.
I have Fangs on there.
Look at Fangs.
Yes.
Fangs says he can't wait to read it. Yeah, all right, Fangs.
That's what the book looks like right here.
When I'm done reading it, Fangs, I was going to lend it to one other person, and when they're done with it, you can read it, okay?
And Catherine says she misses us.
All right.
There. Oh, Roger, love those books in Dutch Van Alstin's Life Behind. Here we go. Life Behind Bars. I mean, that's great. Right there, we got Roger. I mean, and I love the way it sounds, Life Behind Bars. And I'll tell you that, Fangs is right on, because I got my new bike has the ape hangers on it. So it's like, when I never heard that expression before. I just thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. I think this is a pretty amazing book series.
We got Fangs on here. We got Dave just
We've got everybody. Well, let's go ahead, guys. We got some quicks to show you. Watch these carefully because you never know. You might see yourself in these. But before we go on, well, all right, we'll go ahead and show these and then we'll talk a little bit more. Okay. Go ahead. We'll show these.
now we're miles away. Sometimes I couldn't breathe so effortlessly. You left me with nothing. Someday you took my voice, the power of my melodies. I knew that this was the day. And then you took my phone to say that I'm better off running miles away. Sometimes I feel weak, I can't move my feet. Now we're miles away. Sometimes I can embrace it.
All right, guys. So that was some kicking stuff. How about that?
Yeah, we dove into the archives and Heather pulled out those pictures.
Did you see yourself?
Yes, did you?
Did you see yourself over there? Did you see yourself over there?
Dave was on there and Fangs was on there. I know they were on there.
That's
somewhere.
right. Fangs, did you see yourself? Dave, did you see yourself? Hey, Dee, did you see yourself? Hey, Deborah, did you see
Yeah,
yourself?
Deborah's picking up her dog bowl.
Ah,
If
hey,
that don't do
James,
anything.
did you see yourself?
I love Deborah. A little bit of background on Deborah, just to tell you. I just want to say about the bike. How much did she ride?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Zip, 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 zip. Anyways, Fangs, what did Fangs say? Fangs says, look, I look better. Laugh out loud, I look better.
Yeah, I know, Fangs.
Oh, well, guys, we had so much fun doing that. And I love making those type of quick movies. Those are things called quicks, and they're really fun to
Yeah,
make.
because I could take all those pictures that I'm taking, just tons of them, and just throw them into one of those, and all my friends get to see them.
Yeah, and it's fun, you guys get to see yourselves, and we get to
That's
play
why we
some
do it.
music and throw it together for you, and it's just a lot of
Well,
fun.
that's for our fans to come down. We always tell our fans to come down, take a picture with us and stuff. Well, these are where a lot of the pictures go, especially anybody that's at the Cackleberry.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
cackleberry, what you were looking at me because I was looking at you. Because the cackleberry is the one of the first, that was the first video.
Yeah.
And that's where we are for Biketoberfest and Bike Week. And Biketoberfest is coming up, guys. So let's give you the promo now where we'll talk about Biketoberfest and how you should be getting ready to go to the cackleberry because the cackleberry is coming up. It is Biketoberfest.
Play and stay.
It is the only place to play and stay. And I'm telling you, you want to go because Biketoberfest is it. We are talking 1, 2, 3 days of three or 4 days of fun, nothing but fun and
debauchery
and shenanigans,
big words,
and just too much fun. And they're going to have so much fun. They're going to have pole contests. They're going to have shot girls. They're going to have Daisy Dukes. They're going to have bike contests.
Also bikini contest.
Bikini contest.
Wet
t-shirt contest. They're going to have lots of music and different bands and different venues. Big Daddy Band.
Daddy Band's always there, and Big Daddy always picks out the best music for that
Sound
video.
Theory.
Oh, yes.
Shovelhead.
Oh God, Shovelhead. Gotta love
Twisted Mind.
Yeah, TMI, Shovelhead. We're talking about some good bar music that you want to come down and see.
You guys got to go. So let me tell you, if you didn't bring your toy hauler, or you didn't bring an RV, or you didn't rent one, or you didn't want to ride it and just roll camp it over there, because that's what you can do. You can go over there for the day or for the days.
Yep. All you got to do is contact the Cackleberry. You could go on the Cackleberry camp.
Or just show up and walk right on in because it's
up.
lots of fun and it's free for the day. You just go right on in and have a time of your life. And guess what? Look for us. You might see me with my bright red hair running through all over there. Super squirrel. And we might take your picture.
And you get to see it on our show. And everything goes to Born to Ride too. And you make it on the magazine. You never know.
You never know. All right, so we talked about Cackleberry. Now let's talk about Dutch. Be still, my heart, because you know what?
What?
There's something about Dutch.
Uh-oh. I'm going to go hide in the corner now. Now, anyway, these is a really good man. I mean, he's going to be on our show here in just a little bit, talking to you about books. The books in his series that he has, and then in a little bit we're going to be chiming on one of our friends.
And let me tell you something. This is such a good read. Such a very good read. This is just the beginning. Book one, I say.
Gotta get the whole series.
So, I believe he might be ready to come on in the green room.
Are you ready?
Are you ready, sir?
That's a thumbs up.
If you're ready. All right, he's ready. I'll bring him on, and we shall bring him ready to let's rock and roll.
Yeah, click his mic on too.
There I am.
There you are.
There you are, Dutch. How you doing, sir?
Good. How about you?
We are good. We are ready, and we are going to bring you on out to the world.
You guys are high energy. I love that.
That's the only way to be.
Yeah, you got to.
I agree.
Especially with live TV, because you know what? Half the time it goes wrong anyways.
Oh, God, yes.
A button goes wrong. I hit the wrong button somehow.
Screen goes blank and it's still playing. Oh, yeah, we've had nights like that. It just makes it more interesting for our guests and for our viewers.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So,
but anyways, everybody, we brought Dutch with us. And Dutch, please say your last name so we've got it right.
It's Van Alstin.
All right, you had it right.
I did.
And you are one of about 3 people in the entire lifetime because everybody screws it up. So congratulations.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I've had people actually correct me on my own pronunciation. I'll say Van Alstin. They go, you mean Van Alstine? No. I'm pretty sure I know how to say my name.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Dutch.
Oh, gosh, a little about me. Well, I have grown up on motorcycles. I was on one at age 9. My father brought home a mini bike. I still have the visualization, which is odd because he passed away 9 years ago today. He was absolutely my hero, my idol. I miss him terrible. And I think about him a lot on his birthday, on Father's Day, and the day he passed away. And that's my best memory of him is watching that he had a black pickup truck, and in the back I saw the mini bike. He pulled in the driveway, and I said, "Who's that for?" Because my brother had a bike, my sister had a bike, my mother had a bike, and he said, "Well, it's for you." And I remember my mother saying, "He can't ride that. That's somebody. He should be at least 9 years old before he starts riding." My dad said he is 9. And I always like to say it has been the most steady love affair that I've ever had. I've never been without a motorcycle. They just mean the world to me mentally, emotionally. I mean, just everything. It's one of those things. It's hard to even articulate. Everybody feels it. Everybody who owns one. I got my first road bike. Oh, I'm sorry, Heather. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We were all about the same age that we started.
Yeah, because I was 8 years old. My father brought me home a 1971 Honda QX50. I still remember that bike to this day.
God,
mine was red. Mine was a Honda, a bright red little Honda, Honda 50. What color was your bike?
The mini bike was yellow, if I remember. It's the only bike I don't have a picture of. And then I graduated to a Honda XR75, and I raced motocross for a lot of years. You too?
Yeah, but CR80 Elsinore is what I had, 1981.
I remember those.
Only girl to do enduro at where I lived to race at my age and my time.
Enduros, really? That's tough though. Those tracks are tough. They're not for the faint-hearted.
My dad threw me out there and said, "Go get him," and that was it.
He didn't even, cop, so he didn't even turn around. Go do it. You know.
That always helps.
Yeah, well, he rode too. Your father rode his Harley also. He was a Sportster kind of guy, with like an 8 over front end.
Yeah,
that was her dad.
So your dad brought it home, and you got it.
Yep, and like I said, I just kind of graduated to bigger and bigger bikes, raced motocross for a lot of years, and at age 16, what the heck was that? There was an old Yamaha 650 Special. Started riding that on the road. Still didn't have a license. I actually didn't get a license until my 30s. I know. I rode anyway. I didn't see.
Who needs a license?
I didn't get my.
That's the way I looked at it. Back then, you can still get insurance. You can still get registration. You didn't have that. They didn't care. As long as you got a plate on your bike, they didn't give a damn.
Oh yeah, even here in Florida, you don't even have to have insurance on your bike if you don't want. Well, I would ride without it, but that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, who do we have down here? I think I
wait. Let me finish with Dutch.
I see you, Deborah.
Go ahead, Dutch. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't going to say anything. I was listening.
We have like 20 conversations amongst two people going on at all times.
That's about right. That's why our nickname Squirrel. That's a riding name.
I'm usually talking to myself, so I'm not very good at talking to other people. So.
You're
doing great.
Dutch. Doing fine.
So tell me about this when you graduated to this bike.
Mm-hmm.
With a bike, the 650 Special?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I bought it off of a so-called friend of mine. It needed a whole lot of work. I was a little naive at that time about repairs and such. But for $575, and that bike lasted, a good 4 or 5 years. And then I got my first Harley in the early 80s, which is an old Sportster. Mm-hmm. I still have the key to it. I hope someday to find it, steal it back, because I'll never, 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 never forget that horrible sight of it being put on a truck and driven down the road. And I sold it. And I swore I'd never sell one of my Harleys again. I have 3 of them now. Mm-hmm. And, I can't ride all 3 at once, but I'm not getting rid of them. I'm not going to.
Yeah, you can.
I can't.
One leg on one leg on the other. And, I won't. You can visualize them.
And what in the middle? Yeah.
Testify. Yes, I agree 100%. I build it. Oh, go ahead.
Tell you, we've got Dancer in the waiting room.
Oh, Deborah. All right.
Yes, we do. And she is ready if you're ready to bring her on.
Sure, bring her on.
All right, Miss Deborah, are you ready? You got green. Put your green. Give me a thumbs up. All right.
Wait a minute, 1 second. Thumbs up. It's a thumbs up. There it is, stream. Throw it to the wolves.
Throw it to the wolves.
Hey, Deborah.
Hi, everybody. How you guys doing?
I know you.
Hi, Dutch.
Where's that hat of yours?
I just had it on. Hold on. I'll go grab it.
I love that hat.
Oh God, she wears it all the time.
It looks beautiful on her.
I wish I
tried to wear a hat.
It just don't
I
work.
wish I have to. I'm bald under here, so
Look at me. There we go.
I was on the bike, so I got Little Evil on there tonight.
I love it.
Mhm.
I wish I
Looking
wrote that hat
good.
into the book because she was a friend of hers is the one who recommended her because we were thinking about we wanted genuine biker women for the cover. I didn't want to hire models, anything like that, or professional people because they can act like whatever you pay them to do. I wanted genuine people who have been here, done that. And a friend of hers said, I know who's perfect for your main character, and that's Deb Curtis. I said, I don't think I know her. And then she showed me a picture, and I said, I know her. That's the girl with the hat.
Yeah.
I said, absolutely, she'd be perfect. And personality-wise, I think you're gonna like that character.
I can't wait to read the story.
Yeah, I'm very proud of this. This book kind of took off on its own when I was writing it because I had no idea what it was going to be about, what it was going to do, and it just sort of wrote itself. And
Deborah's one heck of a ballsy bitch.
And she's one hell of a writer too. Now let me say it. She has a
Okay, now he's been dying to say it. I'm sorry. He has to tell his story about Dancer or Deborah.
Well, anyway, she has a beautiful limited edition 2020 Speak Light. How many miles you got on that bike?
There's a 80,000.
80,000 miles on a 2020 Street Glide. Think about that. That woman rides. We had a day one time that it was Deborah, Rick, a couple other people. We had to go down to Tampa. So anyway, like 6 a.m,
we all show up at my house.
It's downpouring, so we're taking the cage. I'm not gonna bring my bike
because we had camera gear too.
Next thing you know, boom, boom, boom. There's Deborah. Pull it in the driveway. Downpouring rain. Come on, let's get going. I'm like,
I don't have time for this. Let's go.
God. And I was just following her the whole way. Oh, she had a couple other. Rick showed up. Oh, he's an old MC.
We're going. Let's go. Let's go.
We got to the first gas station. She's dancing around going, my underwear is wet.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love her.
That's what I mean by authentic. That's what we were looking for.
Yes.
I think
no old bar.
It resonated in the picture. It really did. I couldn't have found, better ladies for that shot at all.
That's a great picture.
Yes.
Yeah. John Fly took that. He is an absolutely amazing photographer. I don't know if you've seen any of his work or not. He's really making a name for himself on this side of the coast. He just came from Kansas City, and his candid shots are just amazing. He just captures the real essence of who these people are.
Well, Deborah is really good at that. I mean, she doesn't have to fake it or anything. That look is just a perfect look.
Yeah. Deborah is what you see is what you get. She's a very honest person.
Resting face permanently.
Yeah.
But her heart
That's how it should be.
Exactly. She's got a big heart.
It's the truth.
And like a lot of us are in our circle.
We're rough around the
Dutch,
edges.
we're like that,
We're rough around the edges, but all of us have big hearts. And that's the way most of it goes with bikers.
I got a big liver too.
I'm trying to see how big mine is.
What are you drinking? What do you got?
I think that things up a little bit. Hey, Dutch, you there, buddy?
Yeah, he froze up for a moment. He'll be back in a minute. Deborah, what do you got to drink?
Oh, I froze up.
I'm drinking just some Bud Light.
Bud Light, okay.
Take him off the street, add him back on. That may work.
Okay, no, I can't.
Well, there I am.
There he goes.
Yeah, froze up for a minute.
There we go.
That's bandwidth. Sometimes, you're chewing up bandwidth with all the video. Now, tell us about your first book, Dutch. Tell us about the book and tell us about what was your inspiration for it.
Okay, well, the first book, as you've so nicely told, it's Demons Rising, the story of the wayward scout.
Here we go. Demons Rising right here. And I'm reading it. I love Digger.
Digger's a big character. He's the most, believe it or not, I don't want to get too sidetracked because I tend to do that. So keep me focused. But I've actually had women write to me and say that they're in love with Digger, and please introduce me to him, and please tell me he's real. And so he's all up here. He's not real. And in the fourth book with the Righteous Ravens, Dancer falls in love with Digger. He's been such a big character. People keep saying, you got to bring him back. So I brought those two together. And that's really the center point of that whole book. It's going to be really interesting, that relationship.
Oh, wow.
But I wrote it because there's two things in biker literature. There's either biographies.
Yeah.
And because people always say, is this a biography? Is this about you? I was like, who the hell am I? I mean, do you want to say, hi, I'm Dutch Van Alstin. I wrote a biography. Do you want to buy it? They're going to say, who the hell are you? I mean, I've never, why would I want that? The only time I've ever heard your name is I think you were the guy who got, dragged out of the Chinese buffet holding onto the steam tray. I mean, what did that comment say? Let's call Deb's.
Oh, my hat iconic.
Oh, Roger. Let's go ahead and call Deb's hat iconic styling. Absolutely right, Roger.
I don't think Fred steampunk.
And then Shep Shepherd, he said, hey, yeah.
Hey, Shep.
But anyway, you're either writing biographies or you're writing really bad. And I don't want, what's his name? Kirk Sutter is a multimillionaire because of Sons of Anarchy. So he must have an audience out there. But I just thought his storylines were a little bit too gratuitous, a little bit too unbelievable. Yeah, they were way too cliche, and you could tell he did a lot of research, and it just came out really staged and phony. And he never touched on the whole humanity aspect, which was John talking about earlier. Nope. And that's what I wanted to touch on. Yes, is our life replete with sex, drugs, and violence? And yes, it is.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
And rock and roll, yes, it is. But does that define who we are? Which is a big fat no. We are people. We are humans. We have families. We have friends. We love. We hate. We all that kind of stuff. And that's what I wanted to capture in the book.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that's been done as of yet. I think everything is either too extreme or it's somebody's life story, which is boring as hell, really.
Or not real.
Or not real, yeah.
The Shep just said phony. Yeah,
yes, exactly right.
He's absolutely right.
Nobody's going to write a story about, how boring and crappy their life is. So, yeah, they're going to indulge a little bit.
Yeah, you just said business. No businessmen do it. Businessmen write it and everything else and promote it. But you have to have a true biker that really has been there because you got your Toys for Tots run. That is the largest Hell's Angels run, is the Toys for Tots run.
Yes.
So, people don't understand that.
No, they don't. And the ones who don't understand it the most are the ones who always try to explain it to me. I don't know if you've had conversations like that with people, but they give these weird, bizarre stories of, like telling, oh, we're all froze up again.
Well, you're okay.
Am I okay? Okay. There we go. But I've heard some, like, people come to the booth all the time and want to sell me, and I'm not kidding, their experiences and things like that, as if I haven't had any myself. I'm thinking, I'm going to write about my own and synthesize it through some fiction and some drama and things like that. There's most of my characters are loosely based on people I know, but a good 40% of them are just completely made up in my head. Like Digger is kind of that guy that we all want to be. He's that Marine, that war veteran. He's the ladies' man, and he's strong, he's powerful, he's a leader. We all want to be that. That's where he was a composite of all the things I wish I was, I guess you could say. So, but that was my goal, is to touch on the whole humanity aspect of bikers.
Kind of like Deborah or Dancer would be the female, strong, good looking.
There you go.
Humanitarian.
She'll do all that too.
All that female part that the women want to be.
Yes.
Exactly. Dancer was Dancer's tough.
The Punisher.
She's tough, she's streetwise, she's sincere, she's direct, but she's got a real vulnerable side to her where in the beginning, you read it and she looks like she's just very jaded and kind of a giant middle finger in the world, and I hate everybody. But when she meets Digger, she starts softening up a little bit, and her whole character develops and grows through the whole book. She starts getting a sense of humor. She starts letting herself, live life a little better. It's
always because of a dick. And you knew I was going to end up saying something.
Can I quote you on that? I like that.
All
Let me write that one down.
A dick.
Always because. Well, that is probably what did it for Dancer.
My daughter.
Good one, Deb. Good one.
Sorry,
Fangs is laughing.
Yes, you should be sorry. That offended all of us, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
My good little Catholic ears will never be the same.
That's my Deborah.
But I really enjoyed meeting her. I've never met her until that day of the photo shoot.
Okay.
I spoke with her, via text and things like that, but it was a pleasure meeting her. She fit that role perfectly.
Yes. And she's a hard-riding woman.
Yeah. And she rode down to, I believe, to meet you to your casting, I believe.
Yeah, she spent the night down there at the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down, spent the night, and I stayed a little farther south, and then we went up to do the photo shoot. So yeah.
The weather was good. We were worried a little bit about the weather.
Yeah. And she don't care about weather.
I don't think Deborah drives.
I don't care
I
about
mean,
weather.
really, she got a truck.
Brand new truck.
She just got a truck, but Deborah don't drive.
I haven't seen her drive it yet. I haven't.
Listen, that's lifted. I have trouble getting in and out of it. I must be getting old or something.
The truck's just for trips to the liquor store, right?
Yeah, exactly. Too far.
Open up the tailgate, slide the jack in the back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Deborah, let me ask you something. Deborah, when did you start riding?
I went and got my license when I turned 50, and I'm 56, 57.
I knew it. I knew you started
Late.
I
Late.
riding on the back. I said, I want to steer this fucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Determined to do it. I went and I took the motorcycle course and I got my license. And I don't know, a week later, I went and got a 2016 Harley Davidson A83 lowride.
Okay.
Are you the one that went to get one and then?
No, it was the pink one.
No, I
know that pink one when we were at Harlem. Yeah,
No, somebody or something.
because she found when she fell in love with that pink rim.
No. Somebody told me they went to get a bike. They started riding later or something. I'm thinking of a different story. But anyway, all right. So Deborah, I knew that Deborah had started a little bit late in life, and she was a ball buster, like tremendous ball buster.
Yes.
Because look at what she's done in less than 10 years.
Yes, that's true.
You took right off.
Yeah, most women get sick of the back seat and want their own bike. That's generally how it goes when they start riding later on.
bikes for decades. And just, I was always, this is nice, blah, blah, blah. And then just one day I was like, why the hell am I not steering this thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to do this. I want to do it myself. I don't want to be the back seat no more. So
for a lot of years, Harley Davidson ignored half the population in the country and potential customers. I know a lot of people, a lot of these little old timers, even the ones I still remember, were a little upset about the whole thing, and women should be on the back and this and that. And there shouldn't even be a ladies' room in the Harley shop, and why is there perfume soaps in the men's room and all that kind of stuff. But Harley was very smart to start marketing to women, and I think it's been great. I wrote a whole article in New York Rider magazine about women riders and just what they've meant to me over the years.
And there's nothing sexier in the world than a woman on a bike.
And that's how I ended my article. That was the last thing I wrote. And there ain't nothing.
Isn't that sexy?
I think my exact words were, women on motorcycle were the sexiest thing I ever laid Then I put ... my eyes on.
The invasion of the the invention of the electric starter in the 70s.
Somebody please hook one up to my shovel head now because I need one. Oh my God.
That does make sense. The invention of the electric starter in 1970 made it easier for smaller women to have a normal size of adult male bike. Because maybe they couldn't kick it over, but they could ride it.
Because, like, I know some women that ride big bikes. You know, whereas people like me might have to ride a little bit of a smaller bike.
Well, you fit on Cholo, my new bike.
Right, I fit on Cholo. I would ride Cholo, our new bike.
The seat's like 1.5 feet off the ground. That's why.
Yeah, because
The
it's a little
handlebars are
smaller.
here.
I'm a little bit of a smaller framed woman. So it's, you know, but I still ride big bikes.
Yes.
Because I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Like big bikes. You cannot lie. 1970, let's see, Shep just said that was 1975, 76, and no few Kickstarter. That's true because not all the women can kickstart the bikes over. So that definitely makes sense because then they started marketing. Plus clothes. I mean, look at Harley clothes.
Oh, yeah, moto gear.
Gear.
I mean, really.
I didn't even know that was fashion. We had this liberal come up to us one day, looks at us and goes, "Oh, I see you're into Harley fashion, biker fashion." I'm like, I didn't even know that was fashion.
I mean, let me ask you something, Dutch. How long does it take you to write a book?
I've been about a year, and I know a lot of people can crank them out a lot faster, but I don't want to write garbage.
Exactly.
This is what I do for a living. I make, you know, enough money to live on this, but I don't want to put out stuff that I don't feel is good. In fact, I started writing one before I started writing Righteous Ravens. I had another book called Gator Alley, and I was in chapter 9, and it was just terrible. It was like nine chapters of crap that belonged to the bottom of the litter box. And I just crumbled it up, threw it away, and I just started writing this one. Now I think I can go back and write it. I cleared up my brain a little bit. But
with your first book, Dutch, was it hard for you to find a publisher?
Yeah, it was, but it's a little easier to get published nowadays because it's a lot less expensive to publish. Publishers don't have to make much of a risk anymore. Technology is such where you don't have to publish up 50,000 books up front and hope they sell. You can publish them. You can print up as many as you want. You can print up one. You can print up 1 million. So it's been a little bit easier. Now that they're selling a little better, it's been easier. This one, I'm sure, I think this one's gonna sell well. I think not only is a women riders group, but I think this type of venue they're gonna be attracted to. I think they're gonna really like it. It's a good story.
Oh, I love it. I mean, like I said, for me, I love fast pace. I mean, it's a go-getter. From the minute you start reading it, it gets you. It brings you into the book.
I love hearing that. That means the world to me. Thank you. Because that's what every writer wants to do. Because you could have a great book after chapter 3, but if you don't get to people to chapter 3, it's gonna be tucked under the dresser, the one leg that's too short to stand still. So
exactly. I'm like that. If I don't like the beginning of a book, I have a hard time going on. And I mean,
me too.
I love to read. And sometimes I just can't go on. This book was fantastic from the beginning.
You're making my night. You're making me blush. Which is hard to do.
Oh man.
I see.
still have quite a bit to go. You know, I'm in the beginning phase, but I'm loving it. It's got me going. I'm reading about the prospect. Oh my God, did he get his really patootie kicked? I won't say anymore.
And Shep keeps on chiming in over here, which is funny because we're talking about the Kickstarter, and then he clicked in. The AMF Honda was the first to make a self-starter, and that was in 75.
Shep knows a lot.
Oh God, yes. Just like
this is a good friend of ours, Dutch. Shep. I don't know if you know Shep Shepherd. He happens to make wonderful different types of He makes knives and different types of weaponry and things like that.
Make anything leather you want.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, cool leather and things like that.
I don't think I've met him then. I've met a lot of people. Some people I remember, but I think I would remember him.
Yeah, just
No, don't shut up, Shep. Keep talking.
No, Shep, keep talking.
Shep, don't you leave this conversation now, brother.
Now you're in trouble if you leave this conversation. You heard her.
Yeah, now we got Roger chiming in asking
Where
who's
you
fighting
live,
on the
Shep.
cover.
Oh,
Okay.
that belongs to Jennifer Christian, who lives up in Zephyr Hills. I had a little contest about, I needed a purple bike or a lavender bike. A lot of people submitted theirs, and hers was the best. I know she was a little upset because we covered it too much, but, the women were the focus of the bike, or the women were the focus of the picture, not necessarily the bike, but
Right.
I did
That's
appreciate her
cool.
bringing it all the way down from Zephyr Hills and let us use it, and it's a nice bike.
That's a pretty neat thing. And there's a question here asking what's Deb's current bike?
That's the 2020 Street Glide Limited.
I have a 2020 Street Glide Special. It is a numbered edition 50-150. It has the Mayhem paint job, which is a CVO paint job. And they call it the Mayhem paint job. So Miss Mayhem is I ride right now.
Yeah, she has it right.
Is it better than my Fred Flintstone paint job?
Definitely.
I reckon it is.
I love that Fred Flintstone paint job, though. It gets a lot of head turns, believe me.
And what does Shep say? He says, Shep says, but I'm semi-retired, still do work at home. Yeah, but you know what, Shep, you keep going. Always keep busy.
Always keep going. You know who knows a lot about bikes too? Our
I'm
friend
keep it
Fangs.
the next week or so, brother.
Yeah, Fangs knows a
Yeah,
lot
like
about
that
bikes.
Sugar Bear Springer.
Oh, yeah, Fangs. How did you know about that picture we put up?
That Sugar Bear Springer. I never heard of that. He was the only African-American man to really make it big into bike building back in the 70s, like around Arlen Ness and stuff. And he has this really weird Springer. It looks like there's a moon like this, and the tire sits offset on it, and that was his signature. So it was just pretty cool. And let's see, and he just knew all about it. And we're like, oh, how did you know that?
Anyway, so tell me some more about the series. Now you're on book 4.
Mhm.
Is there going to be more?
Yeah, there is.
Is there a possibility?
And each book is not necessarily a continuation of the first one. So it really doesn't matter where you start in the series, although you might get a little confused that like in the Righteous Ravens, if you didn't read Demons Rising, you're not going to know who Digger was.
Okay.
So it won't be as impactful, but every book mentions the next book's title. Like in Demons Rising, you'll see in chapter 5, Digger talks about the character John Elfman in Rebellious Youth, that he doesn't like him. And that's the second book, which is Rebellious Youth. And then they mention the third club. And it's about the coalition in Florida.
I got you. Oh, here comes Fangs. What do you say?
That's pretty cool. So with that being said, you never know when there might be one coming up or possibly 2 or 3 books behind you.
Oh, I'm hoping I'm not running out of creativity. I mean, it seems every time I think I'm done, something else seems to come up. I'll be out on a ride, and all of a sudden,
you have a thought,
and I gotta literally stop the bike and speak it into my phone because I'll forget it.
I was just gonna ask you, what do you do? That was my next question.
You get an idea pop.
Oh yeah, I have to, because there's so many times I'll think I'll remember that, and an hour later I'll think I completely forgot, and I get really pissed off at myself. And believe it or not, a lot of my inspiration comes from Mr. Daniels. And there's times when I woke up in the morning and I'll look at my phone, I'll think, man, I was on fire last night. I had a lot of stuff. But the funniest one was I woke up one morning, I wrote, "You were really drunk. You thought of nothing creative."
Now mine doesn't come from Mr. Daniels. Mine comes from Mrs.
Columbia.
Bud,
No,
Mrs.
Bud,
Columbia,
yeah.
Venezuela.
Yeah, now what did Fangs here? He said that he grew up
Mrs. Rastafarian.
Yeah, let's say he grew up Easy Rider magazines. One of his springs.
That's how he
old
knew
Arlen
that
Ness-
post.
Wow, that's from an old Easy Rider magazine. That's an Arlen Ness chopper with a Sugar Bear Springer front end. You remember that article?
That's how he knew the post.
Wow. And we got Josh over here saying, hopefully we can give you some inspiration in the spring.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Josh has rebooted my first club that just folded. Started in the 80s and folded a little while back. He's rebooted it and got it going again, and he's doing it the right way. I look
All
forward to
right.
meeting him.
Well, pleasure meeting you, Josh.
Yes, pleasure meeting you, Josh.
Nice to meet you, sir. All righty. Well, you know what? I am really excited about finishing this book, going on to the others, reading the more that you have,
Yes.
but even more so than that. When are you going to be doing maybe
Book summit.
I was just going to ask
Yeah,
a book
book signing.
signing or
I haven't done many in the last few months, and I'm getting back to it. October 1st is the first one I'm going to do down here in Bradenton, but I got to get north of the river, north of the bay. I haven't. Yes, I've
where we can all come up.
I'm gonna. I
Right.
gotta get. I'm sure you know Mike McCullough, don't you?
Yes,
Yes.
I love Mike.
Yeah.
Are you
I do too.
kidding?
Mike's a
I
great guy.
love
He's-
Mike and CC.
he's been very encouraging about getting, and he's been really on me about you got to get back out on the road and start doing these shows, and he's right. And I got to change venues and go a little bit farther north and start meeting some new people. I really want to do that.
We were just working with Mike with doing because we were doing work with OCC
Mhm.
because we work with Born to Ride also.
Yes.
So we were working with Mike and doing that. But yes, I love Mike and I love Mike and CC.
Yes.
Mike is just an amazing, fun-filled character
Mhm.
all the way around. But I had somebody here sending a message to you, Dutch. This is Florida's roof specialty. And they said, I just want a brand new roof.
That's John Scotty.
I just ran a brand new roof from John Scotty. Yay!
Thank you. Who is that?
That's a friend of ours.
Oh,
He's
okay.
giving me a brand new roof.
Well, tell him thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that.
And he says, did you read what he said? Were you able to?
I can't see it. My
He says- I'll
glasses.
read it. He says, "Hi Dutch, I'm looking forward to the screenplay. This has all the possibilities of the next Sons of Anarchy. Keep up the good work."
Let's hope.
That's Sons of Anarchy.
This is
No,
wait.
but if you made
That
a real
Sons
one, it'd be
of
a lot cooler. You know,
No matter how
something
rich I get,
along
I'll still have breakfast at the Waffle House, though.
There you go. Exactly. Just always remember where you came from.
Oh, absolutely.
That
Absolutely.
is- you know what? It's just
It's been a great show.
it has been a great show, but I'm just looking forward to it because, like he said, there's so much more coming up.
Yes.
I think
You need
that
to come
you are
north of the
just going
bay.
to take off.
You need
I
to come
really
north
think
of
you're
the
going to
bay.
take off. And please,
That
come
is the
north of
second
the
book
bay.
here. Whoops. Am I crooked? I'm crooked.
There you
That's
go.
the
There
second
we
book.
go.
That's Rebellious Youth.
That's the
Oh,
second
there we
book
go. A
right
little
there.
focused.
Perfect.
This one's definitely a different, went in a whole different direction. It's a little bit dark and creepy. I've had people who said that, like, the ending actually scared them. They never saw it coming. They were a little weirded out, and I thought, well, then I did my job.
you go.
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect.
And this is Black River. This is the third book in the series. On the cover, there's a friend of mine. That's Lee Haygood. He's the one who started the whole West Coast Florida Riders.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
we know
love
Lee.
Lee.
Yeah, Lee's a good guy. He really, I don't know him that well, but he is a really super guy. I got a lot of
We've been
respect
to a
for
West
him.
Coast Florida party.
You ain't nothing. What is it? What is it,
Exactly.
Deborah?
party like a West Coast
Let's
party.
go Florida party. There we
There you
go.
And they really mean that.
They're a bunch of good
They
guys.
do. Let me tell you, those guys know how to party, Dutch.
You know, and we haven't shown the cover where Deborah's on yet, have we? So,
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
let's show that.
of course, I don't have it
Let's
published
answer.
yet, but I can dig it up here on Facebook or my pictures here. Where are they? Deborah, I'm surprised you didn't have it.
Well, I did. I don't listen. I'm not tech savvy. I don't even know. It took me like 10 minutes to get on here.
Let's
So I
not
have.
mention I should have had it keyed up and ready to
If
go.
I was tech savvy, I'd have it up too here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
And
sorry.
so would I. I'm so sorry, guys, that I don't have it keyed up for you.
Let's see.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, where is it?
Touch anything. Probably shut me off.
There it is.
Let me see.
Oh no, can we see it?
There we go.
There we go. Perfect.
She's all the way on the
There
left.
she is, right there.
There you
Where my
go.
marker is.
No, I can't see that.
Right. Whoop, on the other end.
Yep, it's on. It's on.
That
the
is
other
our
side.
beloved Deborah Curtis.
There she is.
Mhm. Well, I think we had a great show, guys.
Yeah, we did.
We had
And so if
great
anybody wants to get in touch with you or to
Oh, God.
order this
Order your
book
books.
or
Oh.
order your books or anything, how do they do this, Dutch?
I would really prefer you go for my website. Amazon sells a lot of them, but Jeffrey Bezos is rich enough. He's got enough of everybody else's money. He gives me about $1.02 per book. Yay, him.
That's not enough for what you do.
No, and not enough to live on. So I have my own website, which is just my name, www.dutchvanalstin.com. And all of the books available are there and available until the fourth one, Righteous Ravens, should be out and in my hand and on that website by November 1st. I'm going to start pre-sales October 1st.
Wow.
Awesome. That's great. So everybody, you guys, you can get your books right
I'm
there.
taking Deborah on the road to help promote it. Look at that.
All right.
Straight,
Let me know.
straight from them. One more time, Deborah. There you go. And Dutch, one more time from you. What's that website?
www.dutchvanalstin.com.
All right.
I can't thank you two enough. I really can't.
You on the show.
Yes, Debbie, Dutch, it's been great having you on the show. I know we ran a little over, but we're having such a good time. You
Love-
know, and we love your books. We love being able to promote anything with the biker lifestyle. So
And
thank you very much for being on the show.
especially when it comes to be this good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
If it's not this good,
yeah. Read his books, buddy. Read his
You are,
books.
you are
Everybody,
truly humbling me. I
definitely.
thank you very much.
Okay,
You guys are the best.
well, yes. Well, we want to say keep it shiny side up,
rubber side down. And also, if you happen to see Deborah in your rear view mirror, move over.
Get out of my way.
Uh, I love it.
I love it. All right.
Dutch,
All right,
again,
guys.
thank you so much. It was an honor and a privilege to do the photo shoot.
Pleasure was all mine. I can't thank you enough.
Thank you
Oh, we love you guys.
for having me.
Thank you, John and Heather. Appreciate it. You guys were great.
Anytime, Dutch. Can't wait to meet you one of these days.
Yes. Come up here
Yeah.
or down here.
Absolutely. I'm going to get up that way. I really am.
I'll
And bring your four-legged babies.
I got 5 of them.
Oh wow.
We'll have a party.
Yeah,
Bring
I'll-
more cake.
She's sleeping
They would
over
love
there.
it.
All right.
Much love to you.
Yes, much
You
love.
too. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Good night.
Good
night, Debbie.
night.
Bye.